Have you ever wondered what separates a good life from a truly great one? It's a question I've wrestled with for years, and the more I've looked, the more one word keeps coming up: sacrifice. Now I know what you might be thinking. Sacrifice sounds hard. It sounds like giving things up, like loss. And in a way, it is. But what if I told you that sacrifice isn't just about losing something? What if it's the very key to gaining everything that truly matters? Think about it. The greatest stories ever told, the people we admire most, they all have one thing in common. They understood the power of sacrifice. Nelson Mandela sacrificed 27 years of his freedom not for himself, but for the dream of an equal nation. Marie Curie sacrificed her health, and ultimately her life, in the pursuit of scientific knowledge that would change the world for all of us. These are huge, world-changing examples, but the principle of sacrifice plays out in our own lives every single day in ways big and small. It's the parent who sacrifices sleep to comfort a sick child. It's the student who sacrifices their weekend parties to study for an exam that will shape their future. It's the entrepreneur who sacrifices financial security for years to build a company they believe in. In each case, something of immediate value, sleep, fun, a steady paycheck, is traded for something of greater, long-term value, a child's well-being, a promising career, a lasting legacy. The modern world often tells us the opposite. It screams at us to chase instant gratification. Buy now, enjoy now, feel good now. We're encouraged to want it all, and we're told we can have it all right this second. This culture of the now makes sacrifice seem outdated, almost foolish. Why delay pleasure when you can have it instantly? Why put in the hard work when there's a shortcut? But here's the catch. A life built only on instant gratification is like a house built on sand. It might look good for a moment, but it lacks a solid foundation. True, deep, lasting happiness doesn't come from a series of fleeting pleasures. It comes from purpose. It comes from growth. And both of those things require sacrifice. Let's break down what sacrifice really is. It's not just about giving something up. It's a conscious choice to trade something of lower value for something of higher value. It's a strategic investment in your future self. When you sacrifice junk food for a healthy meal, you're trading a moment of cheap pleasure for long-term health and vitality. When you sacrifice an hour of scrolling on your phone for an hour of learning a new skill, you're trading mindless distraction for personal growth and opportunity. This is the alchemy of sacrifice. It transforms short-term pain into long-term gain. Think of a blacksmith forging a sword. The raw metal is put into the fire. It's hammered. It's subjected to intense pressure and heat. It's a violent, painful process. But through that process of sacrificing its original form, it becomes something strong, sharp, and purposeful. We are that raw metal. Our challenges, our struggles, the things we choose to give up for a higher calling, that is the fire and the hammer that forges our character. So, how do we apply this in our lives without feeling completely overwhelmed? It starts by getting crystal clear on what you truly value. What's your why? What is the higher purpose you are willing to sacrifice for? Is it your family, your career, your creative passion, your community? Without a strong why, any sacrifice will feel like a pointless burden. But with a powerful why, sacrifice becomes a meaningful act of devotion to your goals. Once you know your why, the what and how become much clearer. You start to see the choices in front of you not as good or bad, but as choices that either move you closer to your goal or further away. The choice to wake up an hour earlier to work on your passion project suddenly doesn't feel like a loss of sleep. It feels like an investment in your dream. The choice to say no to a social event to support a friend in need doesn't feel like missing out. It feels like an act of love and loyalty. The beauty of this is that sacrifice builds momentum. Every time you make a small, conscious sacrifice for a larger goal, you're not just getting closer to that goal. You're also building a muscle. You're building self-discipline, resilience, and a powerful sense of self-respect. You start to trust yourself more. You prove to yourself that you are the kind of person who does what they say they're going to do. This creates a positive feedback loop. The more you sacrifice, the stronger you become, which makes it easier to make even greater sacrifices, leading to even bigger rewards. Let's consider the relationships in our lives. The deepest, most meaningful connections are always built on a foundation of mutual sacrifice. It's about sacrificing your ego to apologize first. It's just about sacrificing your own time and energy to be there for someone when they need you most. It's about putting the needs of the relationship, the us, ahead of your own individual wants, the me. A relationship where no one is willing to sacrifice is just two people coexisting. A relationship built on mutual sacrifice is a true partnership. This isn't to say you should become a martyr or neglect your own needs. Healthy sacrifice is a choice, not a requirement. It's balanced and intentional. It's about giving from a place of strength and purpose, not from a place of obligation or resentment. A key is to ensure that what you are sacrificing for is truly worth it to you. So, I invite you to look at your own life. What are you currently sacrificing for? Are your daily sacrifices aligned with your deepest values and your biggest goals? Or are you sacrificing your long-term dreams for short-term comfort? Are you sacrificing your health for your job? Are you sacrificing your relationships for your phone? These can be tough questions, but answering them is the first step toward living a more intentional and fulfilling life. Start small. Identify one area where you can make a small strategic sacrifice today. Maybe it's sacrificing 30 minutes of TV for a walk outside. Maybe it's sacrificing one expensive coffee to put that money into your savings. Make the trade. Feel the quiet power that comes from choosing the long-term win over the short-term whim. Sacrifice is not about what you lose. It's about what you choose to gain. It's the story of every great achievement, every strong character, and every deep love. It's the path from who you are today to the best version of who you can become. It's not the easy path, but it's the only one that leads to a destination truly worth reaching. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What does sacrifice mean to you? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content on living a purposeful life. Until next time, keep investing in your future self.